Let's see, is the microphone connected correctly? Because it's the main fucking problem. Alright, yes, I do have it connected. Alright, there we go. I disappeared for 2 or 3, I don't know fucking know, weeks, because one fucking left arm is barely working. Well, particularly near my elbow. So, that made me think, that's a problem. Then there was a break in our garage, and we're like, well, this has gone horribly. And, from my fucking guts up. So, sorry I have not been here, I have been felt like shit, and now I'm gonna say, hello everybody, let's play some HP Lovecraft, some sort of game that's about, HP Lovecraft, as you can see from all other games like this. This is Dagon, or Dragoon, I think. I think this is based on a book, maybe? I don't fucking know, I don't remember. Because I downloaded this while I was picking my guts up, so... Is a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work focused on story and atmosphere. You'll not find difficult choices. Oh yeah, by the way, if you hear fucking fans, it's hot as hell, because this is Canada. Yeah. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and limited is movement to progress through locations along with the plot. It's a walking simulator. So yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, what can go wrong?
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Can I just say that was the most sexy voice I ever heard in my life? I did not expect that. Okay, during the game you encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey. Others will receive interesting facts about the original short story. It's a historical background. Also, this might be a shorter stream than normal, but I don't know. Anyway, some of the trivia is hidden. In order to find it, focus your eyes and look at the Elder sign. Okay, I don't have a controller.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
I think I may know what story this is about.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Okay, I think I know Mitch. No, Mitch. I may know which story this is about. But I heard the story through a readaptation through Space Engineers. So, like, they just took the story originally, revamped it to Space Engineers. But I think they were cast onto a desert island. But there's like no island there or something. I don't remember exactly. But they saw something that's, incomprehensible, collectively close to what Cthulhu's kind is. Ooh. Morphine. Morphine entered... I'm gonna read these facts out loud in my best voice I can do. Morphine entered into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, and the First World War, the Great War. It was also sold without restrictions until 1914. Morphine became popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe, I hope I'm saying that correctly, around the 1854. Frederick Sternturner, I'm gonna think that's how you say it, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphinum. That's not how you say it, but I don't care. After Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. I think that's how you say these names. I don't know. Okay, I think my fucking stream went to hell for a second. I'm gonna repeat that though, just because these words are screwing my head over. Morphine became popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1854. Frederick Sternturner, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphium, after Morpheus. That is not how you pronounce that word. Oh, at the time when Dragoon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem back in the United States. Fascinating. You can read the discovered or go back to them later in the main menu. Turn off the splinter. This what is this thingy?
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Ah! I thought this would be like more of a horror game, but honestly this is really nice. Ooh, can I look around more? Okay. Lovecraft and the Great War. Dagon was written around a month after the United States entered World War I. Lovecraft was actively interested in its course. He composed many poems in which he gave encouragement to soldiers. Yeah, don't ask about the cat. Yes, that's the I think that anyone who knows anything about Lovecraft knows. Don't ask about the cat. Just don't. He tried to listen to the army, which he mentions as one of the letters to Reinhard Kleinler. How do I do a British accent? Some time ago, impressed. I was so Scottish. I immediately fucking fall to Scottish. Okay, let's fucking do it Scottish. Why not? Some time ago, impressed by my entire uselessness in the world, I resolved to attempt enlistment despite my absolute invalid condition. I argued that if I chose a regiment soon to depart for France, my sheer nervous force, which is not inconsiderable, might sustain me till bucket or piece of shrapnel could conclusively and effectively dispose of me. Letters to Reinhard Kindler, H.P. Lovecraft. But even though he passed the physical exam, his mother prevented him from going to war. She has threatened to go to any lengths, or legal or otherwise, if I do not prevail all the hills which unfit me for the army. I am providence of life in times of St. Josh. Okay. Alright. Boat. Ah. You see in the fan story I read?
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation.
It's Prussia's flag mixed with the Germans, which is what the Navy used. Anyway, as I was saying, the one I had Space Engineers I read, or, well, the video I watched, it was, not this. It was mainly Pirates, but yeah, World War I, this makes sense, because when I watched it was very different.
So that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Excuse me, I fucking burped. It's really fucking nice. Oh my god. Zooming in, just Okay, it continues on the boat, but I want to. Okay. The Huns. The Huns were Central Asian nomads who established dominion in Europe and invaded the Roman Empire in the 5th century, as they were known as brutal, deadly warriors and masters of quick raids who also developed powerful compost bills, lassos, and early siege weapons. During World War I, the British used the word Hun as synonym for Germans in order to emphasize the brutality. However, the term originated from the German Emperor Wilhelm II gave a speech to his troops on 27th July 1900 before they embarked to China. Should I do a German accent? No, I'm not going to, because my German accents are horrible and put a strain on my voice. Should you encounter the enemy, we will be defeated. No quarter shall be given. He will be defeated, not we will be defeated. He will be defeated. No quarter shall be given. Prisoners will not be taken. However, whoever falls into your hand is forfeited. Forfeited, just as I'm dyslexic. Fuck. Just as thousands years ago, the Huns under their king Attila made a name for themselves, one that even today make them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever dare to look cross-eyed at a German. Fucking hell. The refusal to take prisoners was a clear breach of law and the customs of war adopted during the First Hague Convention of 1899. Okay! I know a bit they were assholes, but goddamn!
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time.
I'm saying this. His voice is fucking nice. I'm sorry, but come on. Whoever voiced that needed to pay. I think this game was free as well, because I think it was like an egg representation or something. I don't know. Still, okay, I say continue. Any more? Any more lore? No? Fuck. I'm also trying to see, which is quite difficult. Okay. Let's go.
When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my
The second
surroundings.
achievement I got the first one was another thing. Anyway, These effects, not the greatest water effects, but they're still fucking great.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking tell. If you give me a map and told me.
Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Yep. Oh, so that's one way to continue the story. Anything else? Honestly, it's really fucking nice. I think we have one of those in the garage. Frankly, it was in Smash when someone fucked up when they broke in. It's a pain in the ass. Hello, devil emoji. Hello, Spidey Pierker. I'm just gonna say Spidey. Hello, Spidey. Welcome to this. We'll be listening and reading to lore stuff because why not?
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Right. What I was thinking of doing on my channel, YouTube at least, since my partner, Ellie, devil emoji. Alright, Right. Anyway. What next? Let's see, continue it. Okay, anywhere else? No? No, the lore. Nothing else I can select. Mesh. Okay.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
Oh, now we're just looking at the sky. Okay. Yeah.
The change happened whilst I slept.
Ooh.
Its details I shall never know,
I have been satisfactory. Yeah.
for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Yep. This is what I'm familiar with. The fucking desert. Anything else beyond, this?
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see.
Noel, I do not know why. I don't know, maybe your account screwed or something, I don't fucking know. Anyway, that, what the fuck, why does it have something, you know, it's obviously Clifton, but fucking, that's funny, look at that! So funny.
And in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
No, I don't think I have a block duel. Anyway, in which boat leaves some distance away, I can see that. Is that another one over there? Look at that.
Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Really? I would be horrified at this. Yeah, just nothing for miles except squids. I would be horrified too. Though if I was a good chef, I'd definitely be pleased, because That bastard's looking at me weird.
For there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying
Seems
fish
a fishy.
and
Oh,
of other
ha ha,
less
ah, ha
describable
ha,
things
fish.
which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity.
I'll check after the stream, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this. Jeez. I remember, like, that's the way, like, H.P. Lovecraft writes everything. All of his quoted horror stuff was always just, it is unexplainable. Like, the fear of unknown was his main way of horror. But sometimes his best horror was explaining it. Like when he explained in one of the fishy books, the ones about the guy that descended from fish people. It was a weird one, I know. But his more early works, that, as well as Cthulhu's, that, though he didn't understand how architecture worked, his wordings were well done. And Horan faced that. They ran the ship into Cthulhu, but he stayed away. But he fucking survived. That's the good way of explaining it. They don't explain how he lived, he just did. That's how you write the unknown. You write what they can do, but you don't ask how.
There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Yeah.
The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Or it could be night. Okay, that's how you continue. Is there anything else, though? No. Okay. Oh god, those noises!
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
What would that be,
Through
sir?
some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
I don't know if that's how that worked, but okay, sure, buddy. That thing's looking at me weird.
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
Ask you about upon checking you up church me a second. I'll check it after stream, but I do not know. For right now, I'm doing
Nor were there
this.
any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Seafowl. It's kind of the name of sea, but oh well. Fish. Under the sea. Well, we're kind of over the sea right now.
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes
Fucking
in a short
lava over
time.
there. This shit ain't dry. It's. Yeah, it's drying, I mean, but.
That night I slept but little, and the next day
Yeah,
I made
I
for
can see
myself a
why.
pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Man, you ain't getting some fucking rescue out here. You're dying out here, boy. This is a place you die.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
It is Dagon, where the fuck? It's a they pretty much made a game after one of H.P. Lovecraft's story. So yeah, Dragon. It's in the category, I'm pretty sure. So, I think it's free on Steam. I don't remember if it's free on Steam or not. I wasn't really conscious while downloading the game. Single ladies, I don't know any lyrics to that song. I can't sing it if I don't know the lyrics.
The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
How can the smell of fish be maddening? Fish smells great. Okay, it's not the greatest smell, but come on, it's not that bad, man. Can you read the Bible? Hold on, let me just. I don't have it on my computer open, but I got it on my phone. Give me a second, hold on. Yeah, I always consider just fucking every Sunday reading the Bible. Yes, Spidey. Bros read the Bible? Yes. Bible. Personally, I use, where is it, which site? There it is. Actually, just a site that has all the Bibles on it. Hold on, here it is. Okay. It's any time, blah blah blah. Press that, press this button here. Genesis 1, I'm not actually going to read it. I do have it on my phone, though. To not prove I'm lying, I'll just read the first two verses, which is Genesis 1, the national version, or is the international version? I think it's the international version here. Is first verse, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty, darkness over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, the darkness night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Yeah, not joking, I have that shit on my phone. And I wonder why people call me Christian. Anyway. Step, step, step.
All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
Ah, this is familiar to me now. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sing the entirety of the US National Anthem and I'll follow you. One, who the fuck knows the US National Anthem? And what madman would just have that saved on their phone? Like, who would have the USA National Anthem? I'm not even from America. I'm Canadian. Like, bruh. I ain't... I mean, I already have it on my phone, yes, but come on. What was it? Fucking, the Star Spangled Banner? Is that what it is? Fucking, what was it? Oh, no. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed the twilight's first last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight, O ye the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does the star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? Insane from Husband Hotel. Why would I have that saved on my phone? I think I already have that recorded somewhere. 'Cause I already think I did that a while back, but oh, that's a fucking whale. It's a goddamn whale there. Anyway, just walk forward. Can you
That
sing the
night,
most
I encamped,
Baba Grill
and on the
song
following
ever?
day still travelled toward the
Most
hummock,
fruity song
though
you
that
know.
object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied
What's the
it.
most fruity song I know? I would just call my friend Michael and ask him, because that man's the gayest man I know in life. I don't know. What songs do you know by heart? Uh, House of Fire, Gotta live what I... That and Wellerman. But yes, Erica, the German World War One and Two song, and then Wellerman. Maybe Drunken Sailor, if I'm drunk enough, that is. I don't remember the lyrics.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Sing more. No, I do not sing. Also, I realize I have like, wait, what do I have on my phone saved? Okay, I have a few fucking sing the Wellermans. Okay, can I just not sing? Is that an option? Just no. Eh. And and can I just say the voice actor for this game, fucking hell, is amazing.
An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface.
Brilliant. Anyway.
Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
Also, got to cast another thing that's, what was it? Right. Dark, what was it? What was the series called? I don't remember, but it's also by Spoiled Master, which is a few other voice acting roles I currently working on with him. Though, honestly, I get roles, send him the audio that's acceptable, and he takes it. And I'll be sent as Buster, some robo fella. Well, person who's stuck in a robo suit, which I find funny because I don't even do really a voice for him other than sound colder and add robotic effects to Audacity, which, yeah, that's fun.
I know not why my dreams were so wild that night. But ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain.
Gibbous? Fucking pull my phone out. What the hell does gibbous mean? Probably something bad, honestly, knowing H.P. Lovecraft at this time. Then again, he was even bad at this time. Doesn't mean his fucking writings. Jesus. Gibbous. Having the observable... No, this is about the moon. The adjective gibbous has its origins in Latin noun meaning hump. In the gibbous moon. Okay, hold on. Half moon. Okay. It just means half moon.
I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day.
What?
Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset.
Right.
Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
I sense danger. just frankly looking around, I sense danger. The loner. Contrary to popular opinion, Lovecraft was not an ever-frowning, eccentric, grumpy loner. He considered himself to be a person who appreciated humor. Moreover, he would often meet with friends in his apartment or at various cafes in Brooklyn and Manhattan. At times, his social life was so intense his work would suffer for months. But he was still a dreary fucker. That's my opinion on that one. There was a point where he finally decided to put an end to daily meetings and loitering in New York cafeterias and resorted to hiding at home and reading with the main room light turned off, pretending he wasn't there whenever a friend knocked on his door. He also had another method of deterring his guests, which involved greeting them in a bathroom robe, with an unmade bed visible in the background and piles of paper scattered across the floor. That is not the thought he was going with. Anyway.
I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost, and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
Alright. Oh, come on! It's like, oh yes, look down the pit! I'm gonna take my fucking headset off. There we go. If I sound further away, I fucking am.
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent.
Why would you enter it? Why?
Whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
This is stupid. I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea. Fine, I'll put my fucking headset back on.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath.
Not this, is like, I know exactly.
Gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
That's grand, ain't it? 1 second. Hold the fuck, what? Oh. Ms. fucking, Alright, my computer had a little shit right now, what the hell? Right, hold on. There we go. Alright. Right, what's next? Oh, that's fucking great, ain't it? Stab, 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 stab.
That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
It's just a piece of stone, it's not
But I
that.
was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature.
Oh, really? It's a fucking rectangle plunged into the ground. That's natural, right?
A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express.
Let's take the fucking piss.
For despite its enormous magnitude, and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith.
Really? What gave
Whose
you that
massive
impression?
bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures.
No, just a bunch of piranhas with stones carved it out. That makes more sense, right?
Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
Boy, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you step closer to that? I would have left by then. I don't care that I'm a coward. At that point, I'm a smart coward.
The moon, now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm.
Um, are we going to ignore the fact that it has giant fucking symbols on it?
And revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water
Yeah, I would have thought
flowed at the
symbols.
bottom, winding out of sight
Symbols.
in both directions, and
Forget
almost
water,
lapping my feet as I stood
symbols.
on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith.
Why the fuck are you caring about? What? I care about the water.
On whose
Symbol.
surface I could now trace both
There.
inscriptions
Fucking hell.
and crude sculptures.
Oh, piss, are we alright?
The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me, and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books.
I'm literally looking very close to my monitor to see what the fuck I'm looking at here.
Consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels,
Yeah.
octopi,
I can see
crustaceans,
that. I'm more thinking the
mollusks,
middle part
whales, and the like.
Because I can see, okay, the bottom part right near the text, I'm kind of hitting with the text. That's kind of like turtles. Okay, I'm seeing you guys. It's really hard. Hold on. So, I can't even point it. I was still trying to point.
Several
but it's bad.
characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world, but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
Yeah.
It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Storytelling methods. Dagon. Fuck. God, that. Oh, my language ability just threw out itself through the fucking window, it appears. Okay. Alright. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling a story through carvings at the Mountains of Madness, A Nameless City, journals, and characters' notes, The Shadow Out of Time, The Haunter of the Dark, islands emerging from the ocean, the Call of Cthulhu, okay, we figured that fucking one out, or fictional beings and deities based on the real events and mythologies. Imgo in The Whispers of Darkness. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also conclude in a manner similar to Dagon, but let's get the details in order not to spoil the ending. Fuck.
Plainly visible across the intervening water on account of their enormous size were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a Doré. I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men, though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail.
Ah. Okay, that's how you do a little bit.
For the mere remembrance makes me grow faint.
So they look horrifying, which leads to the imagination of the viewer. Can we get something though?
Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
Ugh. Okay, I get what you
They were
mean.
damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips.
I don't like this is going.
Glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall.
Uh-huh.
Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background. For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
That's bad.
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size,
Mate, if they're that fucking big, I wouldn't mock them.
but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe.
That's a bad idea. Because if you're thinking of anything, just treat their god as your own. Because you don't want to piss them off. Because you don't know what they can do. You don't know what their god can do. You don't know anything about them. Treat everything they say with reality at times. Because it's better safe than fucking sorry.
Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Um, that's a fucking lie. Shit. Oh, I could have done the
Awestruck at
other
this
thing. I missed
unexpected
it.
glimpse
Fuck.
into a past beyond the conception of the most daring
Can we go back?
anthropologist,
Fuck. God damn it.
I stood musing whilst the moon
Shit.
cast queer
God
reflections
damn, I
on the
missed
silent
something.
channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it.
What? I don't see shit.
With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface,
Oh.
the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be behind the monolith. This is different.
Last, polyphemus-like and
Jesus.
loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, the while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
Huh. Run? We run now, yes?
I think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff,
Alright,
and
then we
of my
run, yeah.
delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little. I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
Aye, that sounds like my afternoon. I have strange afternoons. Alright, it's not madness, it's just strangeness.
I have indistinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat. At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
Oh, that's fucking good to hear, ain't it?
When I came out of the shadows, I was in the San Francisco hospital,
Let me the fuck out of here.
brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention.
Yeah.
Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh. Not missing this one, though. The journalist. Lovecraft is a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism in 1915. He started publishing his own journal called The Conservative, which included political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticism written by him and other authors. Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but he also took criticisms to heart, which resulted in a decision to step away from writing poetry and concentrate on weird fiction again. And for the first time since his teenage years, Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written by that period. In this example, excerpt from the Conservative, the master of horror fiction explains his attitude towards warfare and the idea of world peace. Alright, going to go section again. Why any sane human can believe in the possibility of the universal peace is more than a conservative can fathom. Should the entire civilized world agree simultaneously into the Psalm, one or more nations could undoubtedly remain secure arms and at a proper time take advantage of their more altruistic and less astute contemporaries in a wild career of conquest against unarmed net victims. No country is or can ever be above warfare until the basic impulses of the human animal shall have miraculously changed. That was really bad accent, but it kind of gets the point across. And I kind of see the same point there. There is still gonna be, as long as there's two people on this damned planet, they're gonna want the other one dead. Period. So yeah, I agree with him on that one. That's the only thing I fucking agree with him though sometimes. Lovecraft.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist.
There's some fucking weird ass opinions, and some I disdain.
And amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Ah, so it's not Dagon, it's Dagon. Okay, that makes more sense. And the fish god. It's a fucking nice room. Dagon. Dagon was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was commonly known for grain. The rulers of Akanad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquests. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in an Assyrian, that's probably how you not say that, poem, and an underworld prison warder. In one of the Babylonian texts, that's probably not how you say that, he is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretations of his name. As in Hebrew, the word Dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's works, Dagon is an underwater deity, ruling over the deep ones. A humanoid race with fish-like traits that reside in the ocean. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. That's the book I was referencing that had those fisher fuckers. Anyway, next. So I missed one, which I'll probably go back to read
But
at some
soon
point.
perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Right. August Derleth and the Cthulhu Mythos. Okay, August Derleth was an American writer and anthropologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works throughout his company, Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the publications of the author's works after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misrepresented in today's culture. It is also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. Nice way of saying he fucking died, but yeah. Next. The fuck's wrong with you? Okay, so is there anything else in this room I can look at? Oh damn, I didn't even see that. Okay. These days, the word scientist is a widely accepted term, but by the time Dagon was published, it was subject to a wide debate. After the author used it in a story, critics pointed out that the man of science was more appropriate term to deploy. He admitted in Professor Dagon that if Dagon were to be reprinted, he would intend phrases suggested. Science coined by blah blah blah. Okay. As suggested, scientist was coined by analog to artist, to be used when referring to those studying different branches of science. Yet in 19th and early 20th century, scientific researchers in Great Britain and the United States were of the opinion that man of science represented the term man of letters was the only used and thinks it was gender specific, indicating this science endeavor to be pursued on sex. The term scientist can be more accepted only after World War One, or no, World War II, right? And man of science started fading in obscurity as an old-fashioned synonym. Cool. Step. I'm probably missing a few, like, other
It is
things.
at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing.
I mean, have you looked at your walls? I mean, those look like fish. Sure, they're carrots, but they look like fish on hooks.
I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease, and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Lovecraft on tobacco and alcohol. Lovecraft hated tobacco, even though he used to smoke when he was 12. I looked at the camera, but I realized no one can see what the fuck my head looks like. In order to look and feel like an adult. Right, in his correspondence with friend Reinar Kleinar claims that he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. He also had a very strong opinion about alcohol, as evidenced by his letter to Sion Brown, dated 13th February 1928. Not for the matter of drinking. I have never tasted intoxicating liquor, and have never intended to. Having a strong aesthetic disgust at anything which blunts or corrodes the delicate natural ecosys of the evolved human intellect and imagination, drinking excited my personal repugnance, hence I don't drink. Let the... No, fuck the accent. Let the herd do what they will. I am rather in favor of prohibition. The prohibition of any antisocial force, as well as any other. Okay. Killjoy.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm.
Yep.
A mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war.
Yep. See, like that?
This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed.
Uh-huh.
Worshipping their ancient stone idols,
Yeah,
and carving their own
hell.
detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite.
Big-ass fish.
I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink, and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
Oh, fuck, that's a lot. I heard the buffet up here. Ha ha. Ha, shit.
The end is near.
Huh. Oh. I mean, yeah, they...
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering
I think that's
against
the
it.
alcohol. The neighbors going, shut the fuck up. Yeah, this is like a fucking New York apartment. Look how bare bones this shit is. Can I? You fuck off for like 3 minutes. I'm taking a drink. Hold on. I actually need to take a drink. Hold on. Alright. You can kill me now.
It shall not find me.
Okay. That's vague as hell. What does that mean? Window!
God, that hand! The window! The window!
I'm with you, Captain! My neck! Thank you for playing. We hope you enjoy immerse yourself in our little pool of cosmic horror. Appreciate if you took a moment to rate Dagon, check out other games and DLCs. Holy shit. How many fucking achievements did I get? I missed one. I missed the one that was on the final ultra piece in the game. I missed one. I missed one, bastard! Fuck! That was the only other achievement. There's 6 achievements. I got 5 except that one, because I knew the one on the obelisk. Fuck! Shit! Also, this is a fucking cool ass logo. Some good ass shit there. Anyway, yeah, that's Dagon. I said Dragon initially, but it's Dagon. I have no fucking clue, because I was literally going in blind, because I downloaded this when I was pretty much dying. Fuck, I think this was like a game that was only like point and click, because my left arm ain't fucking doing shit. Ah, why did I slam my fucking arm into my chair when I did that? Like, ow, ow, ow. Why am I doing it still? Okay. Anyway, that was Dagon, H.P. Lovecraft, one of fan recreation of one of H.P. Lovecraft's books, which I will look, if I find more of these, I will do them more. I might do something Friday, and oh my god, okay, there was a fucking lot. Okay, so it's achievements, you're still fine. What? Okay, no. Okay, so there was a fucking lot of these that I missed because I thought it would point it out to me. Fuck no, they ain't pointing out shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not gonna play it through again to get those, even though I desperately want to. I really want to. But I won't. Okay, I'll probably do that in my own spare time, if not immediately after I stop streaming. Anyway, I will probably, because I was thinking of doing something revolving some games and submitting stuff. So, yeah, as well as maybe shit posting, but I have no idea. Let me just open one of these. This is, okay, I want to let you guys listen to something, but I was
You looked at.
yeah, just before you judge my voice, which I know is just as shit as it is then, but I was pretty much, context, I could barely leave my left arm. I was throwing up an hour before. I felt like shit. I was dying, pretty much. And what was my solution to this? What was my solution to that pain? To shit post. You looked at the picture of 096 for a Krabby Patty with cheese, Mr. Squidward, with cheese. As that hurt my ears, it hurt yours because I was fucking suffering. Anyway. That's the fuck. That's the end of this stream. I'm using my right arm now to smash shit because fuck. See why my left arm ain't working well. Anyway, that's the end of this. I will see you maybe another day if I fucking live long enough. Oh well, stay safe and I don't know, don't be stupid like me. Have a good day. Have a good day, people. Good day.